All right, guys, we're going to replace this 125,000 BTU furnace and the coil that sits on top of it with a new furnace and a coil. I have measurements of the return drop here in the back. It looks properly sized. It goes up to one single return in the middle of the floor. Chances are we'll be able to leave that existing return drop. So what we'll be doing here is we're going to change out the gas valve, the shutoff valve here, to a new shutoff valve, get rid of the old brass one. So we'll break it off at the union inside of the unit and come back out to the shutoff valve and rebuild from the shutoff valve back down. We're also going to put a new condensation pump in, and those condensate lines run out of the condensation pump here up into the ceiling, and then you can see they travel along the ceiling line around here and over there to where the washer is. So we'll replace all of that if the customer would like us to. If not, there's a working floor drain right here, so we can just run new condensate line right from the air conditioner down into the working floor drain. Our flue is going to need a flue liner, and we have 2 4-inch and a 6-inch going into the chimney over there, so we'll have to replace the flue liner based on those needs. We're going to put a new humidifier onto the system here in the back. And then on this side, everything looks good. We'll put a 5-inch April Air media filter back here on the return for her. So she's only got to change her filter out one time a year versus every month. That should be everything for this part of the system. The next video is going to be of the breaker panel. There's our breaker panel. It's a Federal Pacific load center. What we're going to be doing here is we're looking at breaker number 3 and 4, double 40 amp breaker, and number 14 is a 20 amp breaker. And that's downstairs in the basement. Access for the basement's going to be down the stairwell here. Do you have a walkout?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so there is a walkout over here. So you'll be able to access the basement with all of your equipment through the walkout, which is right over here. Right over here. So you'll have a couple steps you'll need to come up, and then out here is the garage.
Or no, it's a back.
All right, here's the outdoor condenser. So what we're going to be doing here is replacing this condenser. We'll bring a new pad and set a new pad down on top of this existing pad. You'll probably need to bring some small shims or something to get that new pad nice and level. Line set, we're going to reuse existing line set. Make sure to bring some insulation to cover this existing line set back up in new insulation. We're going to put a new disconnect box in the wall here with a new whip. And then right down here is your model and serial number for the outdoor unit. That should be everything for this system, guys. Thanks. This is phase number 2, or possibly phase 1. We're going to put a mini split for this addition right here. The mini split head will go right there underneath that attic vent, and it'll be blowing across the room. And then we'll put our outdoor unit right over here on the left side of this window, so we'll have to have a pad put in the ground and leveled out. Probably 1 bag of rock and 2 or 3 bags of dirt. Get everything nice and level. I need to figure out where the electrical can be ran, because we'll have to run electric from that panel over to this point. So my next video will be back downstairs in the basement to find the electrical route. All right, we're back downstairs in the basement. So this corner of the basement here is where we're going to stub out for our electrical, and we'll have to run our electrical out the wall here and then around with conduit to our new spot for our mini split. But it's unfinished ceiling, so we'll just run our lines like this, kind of following this conduit here. We'll go up and over the ductwork there, and then I'll show you the next room over. We'll be able to come out right here. So here's that same conduit, and we'll go right to whichever one of these panel boxes is going to suffice. That should be it. All right, guys, here is the chimney. We are going to have to put a flue liner in this chimney. Access should be fairly easy. Just have to put a ladder up there and climb up to the top of the chimney, take the cap off, and drop our flue liner. Fairly straight down chimney as well.